Welcome into the Freedom 4 with Sean Lerman. I am Mike Samsel. We are the Trenton Freedom's radio broadcast team. Don't forget you can listen to every Trenton Freedom home game on 107.7 FM and 107.7thebronx.com. Also on their free smartphone app. Just search the iTunes Store or the Google Play Store. Sean, the Trenton Freedom had a rough one last week. Their first game on the road, they ended up losing in the last minute, 52-50. But in the second, third, and fourth quarters, the Freedom were outscored 45-28.
Now, the other way to look at that, Mike, is they did get off to a good start, 22-7 in the first quarter. So that's just something that I think the team then needs to focus on steamrolling while they're ahead. Let that snowball effect go. You can't let the other team get back into it when you have that early lead.
Now, this defensive unit for the Trenton Freedom certainly went through a lot of changes last week. Malik Brown played defense a lot last week due to injury. Some positions were moved around. So finding some continuity on the defensive side of the ball is certainly something that the Freedom will be looking for this week.
And that's something that they'll have the opportunity to do. Now that the team's kind of getting into the swing of the season, we're a few weeks in, you're going into Game 5 now. This is a chance for the team to really, they know each other, they're ready to go, and now when they start to go out on the field, be a little more comfortable as far as where everyone else is relative to where they are.
A good thing for the Trenton Freedom is the fact that the quarterback position is certainly stabilized now. Steve Panisuk, another very solid week last week, and now he's starting to develop some chemistry with the talented wide receivers the Freedom have.
5 touchdowns for Steve Panisuk, just the 1 interception. Maybe needs to work on the fumbles a little bit, a couple miscues on the snaps, but those are things that you can work on in practice, and the way he's thrown the ball has been absolutely incredible. He's made some really, really tough throws with pressure in his face. I've been impressed, and I think the Freedom are pretty happy they brought in Steve Panisuk.
If you're a Freedom fan, no reason to fret at 2-2. This is exactly how the Freedom started last year before they went on a 6-game winning streak. You're watching the Freedom 4. We'll be right back.
Pitt Financial and Insurance Agency, LLC, is a full-service agency here to protect your family's long and short-term needs. Located at 1138 South Oldland Avenue in Hamilton, you can give them a call at 609-586-6361 or visit them online at www.pittfinancial.com. Whether it's auto, home, or life insurance, retirement planning, mortgages, or tax preparation, Pitt Financial has a solution that will satisfy your and your family's needs. As an independent insurance agency, they can offer you the right coverage with the personal touch that you would expect from a neighborhood insurance agent. If you'd like a quote or have a few questions for one of Pitt Financial's experts, give them a call at 609-586-6361 for Pitt Financial and Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of the Trenton Freedom.
Welcome back to the Freedom 4 with Sean Lerman. I am Mike Samsel. Time to take a preview of this week's game. It is the Lehigh Valley Steelhawks coming in 3-1 on the season. Now, this is certainly the arch nemesis of the Trenton Freedom. They eliminated them from the playoffs last year. The Freedom were just 1-3 against Lehigh Valley. Oh, by the way, Coach Kevin O'Hanlon used to be the defensive coordinator there as well. A lot of history in this matchup, despite the Freedom being only a second-year team. The Trenton Freedom really want this one this week.
It's a big one. I mean, you see Lehigh on the schedule. That's one you circle at the beginning of the season. Richie Martin, a former member of the Steelhawks, and this is a good team. This is a big test for the Freedom. The Freedom right now 2-2. You go into this Lehigh game and you kind of say, well, this is a measuring stick game. If we get a win here, we're a pretty good team ourselves.
Yeah. And the Freedom need one to get back over 500, 3-2 on the season. It would also bring Lehigh Valley down to 3-2 if the Trenton Freedom were able to be victorious this week. And slowing down quarterback Shane McSweeney is going to be step one. McSweeney, a double threat in the backfield.
He can run, he can throw, he's extremely talented, but you can stop him. There are things that you can do defensively. You keep a spy on him a little bit, make sure he can't run too much, and then force him to throw the ball. The Freedom have a really good defensive backfield. A couple of interceptions last week against Richmond. They may have another opportunity to get the first interception by any team against Lehigh Valley this season.
Speaking of a good defensive backfield, the Lehigh Valley Steelhawks, my goodness, double-digit turnovers this season. They love to get after the ball.
12 interceptions from that defensive backfield. Very, very strong on that side of the ball. They also have 4 fumble recoveries and 17 sacks as a team, led by Larry Ford. He has 6.5 sacks just himself. So this is a big test for the Freedom offense as well, going up against a strong Steelhawks defense.
That's what's coming up this week on the Freedom 4. But first, let's take a look at the last week's results here on the Freedom 4.
Rizaldi's Market and Catering Services have been operating for over 60 years strong. Rizaldi's at 3100 Quaker Ridge Road in Mercerville is family-owned and operated. Known for their famous homemade vodka rigatoni sauce, a bakery with homemade cakes, Rizaldi's has also recently incorporated a floral department to further enhance their services to their clients. The Rizaldi family believes in providing ample amounts of fresh and delicious quality products at very competitive prices with good service and individualized attention. That's Rizaldi's Market and Catering Services at 3100 Quaker Ridge Road in Mercerville.
Welcome back to the Freedom 4 with wide receiver Richie Martin. I'm Sean Lerman. Richie, you're on fire lately, man. Been playing very well. 8 catches, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns last week. Talk about what you were able to do on the field against Richmond.
Well, we were able to stretch them out. Of course, made some really great calls for me, great plays for me to get open, find some space, and made some great catches, made some great plays, and so we did. Unfortunately, we didn't come out with the win, but overall, I think the offense did pretty well. We just got to eliminate the mistakes.
Looking ahead to this week's game, Lehigh Valley, obviously a very good defensive backfield. They've got 12 interceptions on the season. What do you do as a wide receiver to maybe put them in a bit of a tougher spot?
Just keep practicing every day. I mean, just keep working hard. Luckily, we got great DBs as well to work against, and just keep doing what we're doing. I think we've got a great group of receivers, and just got to come compete every day at practice, and I think we'll be ready for the game.
Steve Panasuk's been in there, quarterback for a couple of games now. How's the chemistry coming along?
Chemistry's going really well. Yeah, he's been make some great throws, make some great reads, and I think he's a great quarterback, and I think we're going to do some great things this weekend against Lehigh.
All right, thanks, Richie. Mike Samsel will be up next.
The Mercer County Improvement Authority is proud to support the Trenton Freedom. The MCIA will hold special recycling events throughout the season, open to all Mercer County residents. For all of your recycling needs, the free My Waste app is available for download from your favorite app store. The Mercer County Improvement Authority's mission is to serve the needs of Mercer County, improving the quality of life for residents by providing programs and services for the community. More information is available at mcia-nj.com.
Welcome back to the Freedom 4. Mike Samsel with defensive back Mike McMillan. Mike, first year with the Trenton Freedom this year, played in the IFL last year. Just talk about some of the differences you've seen in the league so far.
Some of the differences in this league, like they pass the ball a little bit more. It's more AFL rules, and IFL they ran the ball kind of 50-50. So that's the biggest difference.
Now, being here as a defensive back, you got to like the fact that the ball's in the air a little bit more because you're involved on almost every play defensively.
Yeah, sir.
Now, are you having fun this year, with the Trenton Freedom in that defensive backfield because it's a unit that's starting to come together?
Yeah, definitely.
It's one of the newer defensive secondary units in the league. Just talk about, the team bonding so far this year.
We started off a little slow. The first 2 games we struggled a little bit, like just with communication and having all our assignments and everything like that. But so far, I think we're starting to come together. Like the last game, we definitely picked it up a little bit. I mean, we had a few hiccups here and there, but yeah, we'll be all right.
Now, that's interesting to hear that you said it's starting to come together because it seemed like last week is when the defense had the most changeover. Is that just, all 27 men getting used to one another, you think?
Yeah, I think so, definitely. Yeah.
All right, Mike. Well, thanks so much for a couple minutes. Best of luck against Lehigh Valley.
Thank you.
The Trenton Social at 449 South Broad Street is a proud sponsor and meal provider of the Trenton Freedom. The Social is the gathering place for the capital city. Artists, community leaders, politicians, musicians, athletes, and foodies together. This is where great connections are made over cocktails and a meal. Freedom fans, when you bring your ticket stub to the Social, you earn a free appetizer. That's the Trenton Social, 449 South Broad Street in Trenton, 609-989-7777 or online at trentonsocial.com.
Well, that's what the Trenton Freedom have to say about this week's matchup against the Lehigh Valley Steelhawks. Don't forget, if you can't make it out to the Sun National Bank Center to see the game this week, you can listen to it on 107.7 FM or 107.7thebronc.com. That's starting at 6:45 with the Pitt Financial pregame show. 7 o'clock will be the kickoff, but try and be a part of the ninth man. It is a great experience out here at the Sun National Bank Center. 800-500-1776 or TrentonFreedom.com, ComcastTix.com are the ways to make it out here to the Sun National Bank Center to see your Trenton Freedom take on the Lehigh Valley Steelhawks. 7 o'clock this week, we'll see you here at the Sun National Bank Center as the Freedom take on the Lehigh Valley Steelhawks. You've been watching the Freedom 4.